How's it going, guys? Welcome back. I'm here in beautiful Orange County on Halloween. I'm wearing the cloak. Let me put on my hood. All right. I'm ready to recap Street League Sydney. First of all, still no Jinwoo. Street League is apparently running out of money. I can't imagine why they would be accepting Boost Mobile, Cup Noodles, Cariuma. Those are all like third tier sponsors. You don't want those guys. They're leaving money on the table with not putting Jinwoo in. You have like a 14-year-old who can nightmare flip every single time, and he's got a ponytail. He could single-handedly save it. There's now 2 layers of qualifying before you even get into the finals. That's with the select series and then prelims, then you have the finals. You're telling me out of like the 500 skaters in both of those events, Jeff DeCesare and Jinwoo aren't good enough? For some reason, they have Tori Pudwill, and the commentators are like, so good to see Tori out there. So nice to see Tori skating. Oh. No, it's not. I'd rather watch somebody who can axle stall. Also, is there some kind of French ban by the Australian government? No Vincent Malou, no Aurélien Giroux. Street League has started doing this thing. Within their prelim system, they have 4 groups of skaters, 5 skaters in each group, and they basically have mini finals for each qualifying group. So they'll take the top scorer out of those 5 skaters, and that skater will advance to the finals. So there will be 4 skaters that qualify by getting first place in their individual group. There will be the pre-seeded winner of the last event who gets a bye and is automatically in the finals. And then there will be 1 straggler who had the highest score overall out of those 4 groups. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skaters in total in the finals. So my issue with this system, they're turning each qualifying event into like this mini, playoff hype thing where people get eliminated and it means a ton to get first place. Qualifying should be about cultivating an environment in which the finals are as good as they can possibly be, not kind of selling out or creating an environment in which you try to milk every last second of the event for the most hype that it can possibly create. Say you have one group where nobody lands anything, and then some guy gets first place and he makes it in the finals out of that group, even though he sucked. Then you have another group where everybody landed everything. A bunch of skaters skated really, really, really well. The majority of those skaters wouldn't qualify even though they skated well just because they happen to be in the wrong group. It's probably not going to ever play out in that drastic or that obvious of a fashion because they seed the groups relatively well. But the fact that that is still even a possibility for an outcome, I think is sort of a problem. Okay, anyway, in the women's finals, we had Paige Hine, Pamela Hossa, Aisa Leal, Rose Swetslut, Momiji Nishia, and Chloe Cavell. Those are the 5 skaters, or however many I just said. Paige Hine, run 1, 50-50, crook, back disaster, kickflips the Euro, misses a back feeble on a rail, also botches a switch 50-50 on a ledge for ants. 1.6 for this run. Borderline misogynistic scoring from Kelly Hart, Mike Moe, and fellow cis white men. If you're going to go that low, I think you might as well give a 0. If she lands those other 2 tricks, what's she going to get? Like a 2.5? 1.6 is just fucking insulting. Pamela Rosa, run 1, does backsmith down the handrail, then busts 50-50 the boost mobile sign, does a front smith on the other rail. So that's 2 smith grinds, front lips the bump to ledge, attempts a true grind, but does not land it. A true grind, by the way. Somebody was in a live stream I was doing one time, said that they had a dream, they did a trick where it was a crooked grind, but on the crook, the nose wasn't touching on the grind. So it was like a held or balanced crooked grind. And I think Sean Pablo was in the dream, and Sean Pablo said, that's a true grind. And then they put it on Instagram or something, and it blew up.
5.7 for...
which is a lot better than 1.6. Okay, Heisa Leal, run 1. Back tails the handrail perfectly. Front tails the bump to ledge, which Andrew Cannon liked.
That is a really cool combo.
Nollie back 50.
Front 180s the hip, backsmiths the bump rail, heel flips the Euro. Chloe Cavell does some kind of baseball pitcher hand signal to somebody in the crowd, triggering a booby trap or some shit, maybe a green light to a sniper. Whatever she was trying to do, it did not work because she landed the last trick, which was a kickflip front board.
Kickflip front board.
And look at that, a 7.9.
A little on the low side, in my opinion. I would have gone into the 8s. She's fast, good style, landed everything clean, pretty high degree of difficulty. I think they just go too low in general on the women's runs. Okay, Rose Swetsloot. Run 1, front Smith's a handrail, crooks a bump to ledge, front lips, the other bump to ledge, salad grinds a bump to rail, nose slides into a bank sketchily, front 5-0's a hubba, heel flips the Euro.
Get the heel.
Wow, I wrote a good joke. I said, that's no heel flip, that's a her flip.
6.5.
She lands everything as well as she possibly can, and it doesn't even get like a competitive score. It's nobody's fault, really, because I think it probably was around a 6.5, but it's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Rose Sweatslot.
She doesn't look that sweaty to me. I gotta be honest, I have zero faith in Rose Sweatsalot. I don't see any ferocity. She's got 0% Mamba mentality. She always wears this like diluted soft pink color t-shirt to every contest with like some like washed out gray pants. There's no power, there's no intimidation. I've been watching Game of Thrones, and none of the armies in Game of Thrones, none of the kingdoms, they don't use light pink. Jeff Rowley's XLT colorway, that's a strong pink. So my suggestion to Rose Sweatslot is upgrade your swag. Momiji Nishia, aka Japanese Antoine Dixon. Front salad's a handrail. Then 50-50 is the bump to ledge, goes for a nose slide heel flip, which was a big swing. Doesn't land it. Back feeble's a bump to rail. Front 5-0's the Boost Mobile logo, and ends with a Smith grind 180 out. 5.8. Sometimes she sets up her runs in a way that don't really make a ton of sense to me. The last Street League or whatever contest it was, she was trying to do a crook nollie heel flip in her run. Just save that for the best trick. That's a 9, probably. Why do that when, if you're good enough at that trick to try it in your run, just save it for the guaranteed 9? It doesn't really make a lot of sense if you think about it. Chloe Cavell, run 1. See, now this is the color of pink that I'm talking about. Front feeble's a handrail, crook to fakie, switch flips on the base of the quarter pipe, which gave Andrew Cannon mad cow disease. It goes really slow and does 50-50 big spin out. Then she kick flips the set. Then she does 50-50 kick flip on the bump to ledge. Switch heel flips the mini forced air and ends with a nose grind on the bump to rail, which was pretty high.
8.9.
I think it was a 9, kind of. But I do have a lot of problems or opinions about some of these tricks. First of all,
Back 50, backside big spin.
That's a rare one.
there's a reason nobody does that trick. It's a mega bullshit trick. It's a 50-50 grind with like a big spin on the end. A novice skateboard viewer, you're looking at that, you're like, oh wow, she was grinding and then like did a spinny out. But like, you just get into 50-50 grind, you can set up your feet however you want to. It's the easiest grind to get into and the easiest grind to get out of. It's barely different than doing it on flat. And she also does a 50-50 kickflip, which is slightly cooler than big spin out, but only by a little. Like, big spin out of a 50-50 is like comically dumb. She gets almost a 9 for this, and maybe that's why she didn't get a 9, is because the judges sort of agree that it's bullshit, but still want to give her a high score. You can't really rely on the judges to do anything about it until the other contest skaters like kind of pick up on it. So usually how these things work is if someone's doing a trick that's like way too easy for how highly it's getting scored, the easiest way to like debunk it or take that trick out of circulation is to start doing it yourself. Crook nollie flip.
Oh my.
I think all the girls in this contest can do a 50-50 kickflip or a 50-50 big spin. I don't know if they're not doing it to be polite or to not step on toes, but they're hurting themselves by not exposing the trick. If all the girls start doing that trick next contest, it's not going to be received well anymore. Anyway, Paige Hine, run 2, 50-50's a handrail, crook on the bump to ledge, back disaster, kickflips the Euro, back feeble's the handrail, 5-0's the bump to ledge, switch 50-50's the mini hubba, switch flips the pyramid.
3.9.
Not even letting her into the 4 club. LOL. Pamela Rosa, run 2, backsmiths the handrail, 50-50's the boost mobile sign, falls on the crook again. Heisa Leal, run 2, kickflip front boards to start, so switching it up. Into backtail shove on the bump to ledge. Botches backside flip on the hip, backlips the bump to rail, heel flips the Euro. She's got a good heel flip. Falls on a backsmith, so could have been a good run. Rose sweats a lot, falls on her first trick. Then there's a really awkward pause for 18 entire seconds.
Frontside lip slide.
Rose is a super powerful competitor.
Is that what you say after somebody falls on their first trick? And then if things weren't awkward enough already, it's actually kind of a sick move by Cannon. He just blurts out.
I was out there.
Salad.
I feel bad for the girl they get on comms. Sean and Andrew, they're both pros. They get paid to be here. They're veterans of commentating. Guys, fucking say something. Jesus Christ. Like, they leave it to the girl who's the guest commentating to, like, break this dreadfully awkward silence. She gets a 2.8. Momiji Nishia.
2019.
Salad.
Back 50-50's a bump to ledge. I don't even know if you get points for 50-50ing that thing. Skating past it is probably a better strategy. Nose slides down the mini hubba. Back feebles the bump to rail. 5-0's the boost mobile sign. Then Smith 180's the bump to ledge. She got a 6, which I guess is for the 5-0ing the boost mobile sign. Chloe Cavell, run 2. She tries to do a gifted hater grind, so somebody link her my trick tip. Study up and maybe next contest. She does 50-50 frontside flip.
Wow.
I'm going to throw this out there. Do you think that was a smart move?
I did not think that was a smart move, Andrew. Are we experiencing some kind of hole in the matrix? If you did that in the men's contest, you'd get pantsed and trash canned. You'd be the first skater ever to enter the -9 club.
Wow.
Maybe it's hard to see what's going on from the cup noodles nosebleed section, but dude, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, this is just a kid, what are you doing? Leave her alone. Yes, she is a mere Grom. However, she's not just any Grom. This is Street League, baby. There's a lot of money on the line, and I think it's kind of weird when there's a bunch of adults sitting around pretending like 50-50 frontside flip is not a total stinker move. So yeah, these are the standings going into single trick. Let's just jump right into it. First one is Paige. Pamela Hosa didn't land it because Heisa Leal was in the background casting some wax removal spells. Momiji does a weird backsmith on the boost mobile sign.
6.7.
I don't know. Not the most handsome backsmith I've ever seen, but it's a contest, and she did it on the biggest thing at the park. Anyway, Rose Sweatslute, front noses the hubba.
3.6.
Brutal. Heisa Leal. That's light work for girl Nija.
7.9.
Pretty sure that's an 8. Chloe Cavell, attempt 1. Then we cut to a commercial break. They brought this up like 8 times during the course of the event. They keep bragging about how they brought this boost mobile sign to Australia and they're going to leave it there.
Interesting story. It's staying right here in Australia. Let's find out more from the course's creator.
Amazing course. We got this.
Maybe lie it on the ground would potentially be skatable, but I mean, let's be honest, it's just a big clunking piece of shit. Paige Hine
Coming in for attempt number 2.
Pretty good, 4.6.
Pamela Rosa, attempt 2.
4.1.
Shorty backsmith the handrail in her run. I'm assuming that's why I got a 4.1. But this, I've brought this up before. I will bring it up again. Did she have points removed? Did she not have points removed? Is it a smaller deduction if it's not a repeated obstacle, but the trick is repeated? We don't even know what the rules are of the thing that we're watching. What the fuck is going on? It doesn't even seem like the skaters know what the rules are. Street League is fucking chaos. It's crucial information for the competitor to know why things are scored the way that they are. From a viewer's perspective, it's just nice to know what the fuck I'm actually watching.
We make it look easy.
Tried and true contest move, baby.
And And a 7 even.
Rose sweats a lot. Front blunt, 5.9.
7.2.
Bit low.
Ooh, that is going to put her in a really difficult position.
Paige Hine, attempt 3.
All right, Paige.
What is this?
Switch front 50, 180 out.
3.3. It's a 6-3 to get up into third. Look at that, 8.8.
Definitely should have been a 9.
They cut to Chloe Cavell. She's having a fucking nervous breakdown. Peep the strategy by Haisa. She knows Chloe is next, so she skates up kind of like behind her, just hovering around, and she's just reminding her, I'm right here. Remember that kickflip back Smith? Is this technically cheating? I don't think so. Is it fucked up to hover around your opponent to psychologically torment them? Yes. Attempt 3.
Can she do it right now? So it needs a 7.2 and an 8.1. And look at that, a 5.5 gets Paige up into third place. Pamela needs a 7.6 to get into third.
Crushes a crooked grind on the Boost Mobile sign and gets a 6.1. I'm just sitting here like, dude, fuck you guys. That's the main obstacle. It's the center of the course. Boost Mobile paid a lot of money, maybe. Disrespect their money with this rating. Street League is actively shooting itself in the foot. They're disincentivizing future sponsors with this kind of behavior. You hit the main sponsor obstacle, double points. Momiji Nishida, attempt 4. Rose Swetzler.
3.8 for second.
Haisa Leal.
This is even in the 20s.
Chloe Cavell, attempt 4. Wasn't exactly a Reynolds-style frontside flip. Bear in mind, she was in a situation in which she has to land 3 tricks in a row to possibly win because she missed the first 2, take her line score, then 3 tricks from the run section. There's your 4 scores.
That's enough to move her up. 7.4.
She's landed 2 of the 3 tricks, so she just has to land 1 more to have a chance at winning. Going into the final attempts, we have Haisa in first, Chloe Cavell in second, then Momiji, then Paige Hine, then Rose Swetzlut, and Pamela Hossa in dead last. She's done. 6th place. Goodbye. Rose Swetzlut. She needs an 8.5 for second. Unless you can convince actual Kreisberg to put on pink Cariumas, that's not going to happen. So she'll be gunning for 3rd place, which requires a 3.8. Paige Hine needs a 5.8 for 3rd. Momiji needs a 4.8 for 2nd. So an action-packed final round so far. Chloe Cavell, last attempt, needs a 7.5 for 1st. She could pressure flip on flat, and they would probably give it to her. She's nervous. Haisa's nervous. Andrew Cannon is nervous. I'm nervous talking about this again. Everybody in the stadium's going apeshit. People are hopping around. Malto kept talking about this.
She did do a 50-50 kickflip in her run, and repeating tricks will dock points.
They had no problem giving Pamela Rosa a 4.1 for a back Smith because it was a repeated trick from her run. Classic Street League bullshit. Ignore the rules if it fits the narrative. There is no information about when deductions occur and how severe they are, so there is no accountability. Basically, if they obscure what the rules are and they don't tell you when they are enforcing rules, it allows them to score things however they want given whatever situation. I think they purposefully don't include the deductions on screen so that they can pull shit like this when it is convenient for them. Because if they did do that, then the audience would start picking up on the fact that this thing is kind of fucking rigged. I mean, good on her for clutching, but if the rule is you can't fucking repeat tricks from your run, then it's got to be enforced. Ask yourself this question. Remember in the beginning of the single tricks, she bailed the 50-50 grind twice. Say that never happened. Say first try, she landed the 50-50 grind kickflip. What would have happened? She's not getting a 9.0. No fucking way. I understand why they inflate the scores on the final attempt. It's kind of whack, but I get why they do it. It's suspenseful, it's hype. But when they ignore the penalties that should be applied when a trick is repeated, you know, and other skaters in this contest have had those penalties presumably applied to their scores in the same event, that's just like total bullshit. Anyway.
She does not do it, and Chloe Covell takes home the win here in Australia.
I hated to see that. I gotta be honest. Just do a little comparison, final rundown of tricks done by Haisa and tricks done by Chloe. Chloe takes a line section with the elite infant trick selection. Single tricks, these are the 3 tricks that Haisa did. She did kickflip back lip on the handrail, heel flip front boards the handrail, and kickflip back smiths the handrail. This is what Chloe did. Chloe does switch flip down the stairs, frontside flips the stair set, and 50-50 kickflips the handrail. Now, I know which one of those sounds like a more impressive sequence of tricks to me, but whatever. So what do we learn from this contest? I have a graph here to pull up. The younger you are, the higher you place. It's almost a perfect correlation. It's a very easy predictor. If you want to get into women's contest skating, put an infant on a skateboard. So the other thing that we learned, and this is even more important, bunt your first 2 attempts, then land everything, and any deductions that you would have received will not apply to you. I think Haisa was probably pretty pissed, but this is not the last you will see of her. Whatever it is you're thinking about, Haisa, just do it. I need a pee, so let's go to our halftime show featuring Deshaun Jordan. Deshaun Jordan, run number 1. Crooks in, tray flips the Euro, 270 lips on the handrail, nose blunts the Boost Mobile logo. Hot damn. Fakie ollie, switch back Smith on the rail. That's a new one. Then ends it with a crook up the hubba. A very nice run. Very nice indeed. Deshaun, peak athlete.
Scores in 8.6.
Little low, maybe, but maybe also fair. He did crook up the hubba. That's pretty fucking hard. Kyrie Netske. Back overcrooks the handrail, nose grinds the bump to ledge, nollie inward heels beautifully on the pyramid, heel flip back Smith, random aff, crook nollie flips directly after, just goes to show you that trick's fucking bullshit. Big flips on the pyramid, again perfectly, heel flip back lips, tail slide kickflip at the buzzer, a perfect run. Alexa, play the Japanese national anthem. Never mind, turn it off. It fucking sucks. Alexa, play White Claw by Deshaun Jordan. Boys are good at skateboarding, aren't they? How good are these boys at skateboarding? Up next, we got Nija. Half cab crooks into the bank, kickflip back lips, crooks into the bank. Then he misses the front crook and then lands a couple of other things and gets a 6.9. Next, we got Felipe Gustavo.
7.2.
Lucas Rebello falls onto his ass. Ow, fuck my neck. Right out of the gate. Then we got Mr. Swag, Yuta Horigome. Nollie 270 lip to fakie. Switch front tail tap. What the fuck was that? Blunt 180. Nollie 180 heel flipper. 360 flip 50-50 on the hover. Back tails on the ledge. Switch back tail. Then goes for some kind of nollie back 180 switch feeble, but he sticks on it. Gets a 7.7. An admirable attempt. Deshaun Jordan, run 2. He tries to add a bigger flip front board into his run, and he is immediately smited by the gods. There's like some Peruvian 15-year-old who can do that trick every single time. Plus, Gustavo Ribeiro does that trick.
That trick's definitely one that we've been seeing over the past few years. It's definitely a hard trick. but I think the judges know it might look a little harder than what it actually is.
Looks like he's riding April skateboards now, so I guess that'll probably get announced pretty shortly. Kyrie falls on inward heel, but there's no motivation to even try, really, for him when he already got a 9.4. Kyrie Irving believes the earth is flat. I wonder if Kyrie Netsuke also thinks that. King Jaw, run 2. Half cab crook, kickflip back lips the bump to rail, crooks into the bank, holds the front crook. Nice move by Jaw. Switch heel, switch front board, nose grinds into the bank, tray on the hip, doing a lot of pumping. That's transferable skill right there, if you know what I mean. Nija is a sex addict. Back 180 switch nose grind on the Boost Mobile logo. Gets a 9.0 for his skating and a 3.0 for his outfit from me. He looks fucking stupid. I should have worn a cloak. I think this run was like the definition of a 9.0. It wasn't like absurd or anything, but it was like very meticulously put together and executed very well. This is 9.0. This is the gold standard right here. Felipe Gustavo. Lucas Rebello falls on the first trick again. Banish him from Australia. Don't let him come back in. Fuck him. Yuto needs a good run. Judging by his IG feed, he's not been doing well recently. Same junk as the first run, but he lands a nollie 180 switch front feeble.
9 club.
9.2.
Thank God. That's it for the run section. Now let's go to single tricks. Here's our standings going in. We have Kyrie Netsuke with a 9.4. Then we got Yuto Horigblome. First attempt, Lucas does some kind of spinning 270 alley-oop to fakie.
8.7.
Sin City was a maybe.
Pretty good. Felipe Gustavo does a switch flip, switch nose grind. Gets a 9? Which I guess is fair. I don't usually see anyone do this trick because typically the main obstacles at Street League are a little bit bigger, but these ones were on the smaller side, so they allowed for more tech stuff. Like that's a trick you wouldn't really be able to do on like a huge obstacle, usually a small obstacle. So it was kind of like the right size hubba for Felipe Gustavo to do a bunch of boring stuff. Deshaun Jordan, attempt 1. Spinning that John.
8.9.
Deshaun looks better. He looks more competitive than he has in recent contests.
Attempt number 1.
He goes for switch heel 5-0 180. Real Nija heads will know he did this trick on that blue hubba the year he should have won Sodi last year, but didn't because Thrasher has no balls. Yuto, attempt 1. Creams on the rail.
Isn't that the Suchu grind? Nollie Suchu?
Yeah, it's like a Nollie Suchu.
Personally, I don't like to bring up Suchu. I don't think he has anything to do with what's going on here.
9.4.
This trick was so hard, it scared John Hill into retiring from skateboarding and switching to parkour.
That's why I sort of needed to step away from it and why I think I might be not doing it a lot at all.
Kyrie Netsuke does not account for the curvature of the earth. Lucas Rebello does an interesting one. He goes for a fakie tray, back lip slide, back to regular, and he starts finger blasting the air. For some reason, he like did this thing where he looked completely backwards as he popped.
So right when he pops, he looks completely backwards.
That was legitness.
Rewarding him 9.3.
Nollie flip back 5-0 on the hubba, 8.8.
8.8.
Trick had 8.5 vibes, if you ask me. Deshaun, attempt 2. Missed the back truck and gets an 8.5. Was there a deduction? Probably not, but we don't know because they don't tell us anything. Nija, attempt 2. Switch heel, switch 5-0 to regs.
9 even.
A fair score. Yuto, attempt 3, attempt 2, who knows? Kyrie, back again, falls on the same back tail combo.
Oh man, that's gonna put some serious pressure.
Nothing pleases Andrew Cannon more than talking about pressure. Oh, he's under so much fucking pressure right now.
That's going to put some pressure on him. You ready for this? It is going to come down to the last attempt.
Lucas Ribello misses on another spin move and then temporarily shapeshifts into a tweaker. Felipe Gustavo, attempt 3. Deshaun Jordan, attempt 3.
Missed the flick.
Nyjah, attempt 3. Switch heel, switch crook.
Oh, wow. 9.1.
I think that's a pretty fair score. Yuto. Disappointing us. I think he got distracted, though, because he saw the Rumble recommended tab in the corner of his eye, which has also been distracting me while I've been looking at this. It's pretty hard to ignore. Evil is winning. Prepare for World War III because CIA is Jake Sullivan is top U.S. terrorist. Every Jew needs an AR-15 or 2. It sounds a lot more interesting than what I'm looking at. Kyrie now has to land the last 3 of his single tricks, which is unfortunately what happens when you miss the first 2. So he's fucking toast. Lucas Ribello misses the ledge. Felipe Gustavo.
Wow.
Switch flip, switch front tail. 8.8.
8.8.
Oh.
I guess. Deshaun. Nyjah tries a 360 flip to something on the Boost Mobile sign, which he missed really badly. Uncharacteristic, as they like to say. He usually does not completely airball like that. Yuto needs a land to have a chance at winning. Somehow, whatever the fuck he was trying, he did the entire trick except for the part where he doesn't have to do anything and just stand on the skateboard at the end. He did 99% of it, all of the difficult shit, and just falls off. He just steps off of his board. For about 6.5 seconds, Yuto actually looked upset, and then he immediately stopped caring. Now we're on the final attempts. Andrew Cannon is horny as fuck.
Oh, it is going to come down to the last attempt.
Kyrie is in last, so he goes again because they call it the re-rack, whatever they call it. Contest summary for Kyrie. He ends up shitting the bed, but I think he skated extremely well in qualifying, and he's on the verge of becoming a fierce competitor. At peak skill, he's like top 3, top 4. He's got as good a chance as anyone at winning. If he can actually land the tricks that he's trying, he doesn't need other people to fall for him to win. So I think that makes this the first event of the year that he participated in but hasn't won.
2.3 to get into third place. 3.4 to get into second. Deshaun Jordan. He needs an 8.1 to get into first. We're not even talking about a 9 club here. Scores in 9.
Hell yeah, baby. That put him into first. Now Nyjah's up. He needs a 8.0 for first.
An 8 to get into first. Here we go.
Almost got it. He got half of an 8.0. He got 0. Felipe, who's now the last man standing, he needs an 8.5 for first place. There's so much pressure, I'm going to explode.
We got a #1 victory, boy. Yeah, goes on the board right now, just like the tomato town. My friend just gone down. I revived him, now we're heading southbound.
All of this shit was happening, this celebration, before the score was even announced. Something fucking hilarious could have happened. He was rolling on the ground, and they could have given him an 8.4, but unfortunately, that's not what happened.
And an 8.8 does it!
Congratulations to Felipe and his family.
Shout out to his family.